Many platformers and collectathons have really shaped the gaming industry, with games like Super Mario Galaxy, Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro, and more. This genre is really fun, and it's appreciated all around the world. It takes simple stories that don't need a huge plot line and focus just solely on the gameplay. I remember playing games like Mario 64 on DS, as well as a lot of other early collectathons, and in 2017 we got introduced to a platformer / collectathon that had its main focus on hats. This game is Mario Odyssey. Nah, just kidding, it's hat in time. Now this is a game I've been wanting to cover. It's just amazing. Everything about this game is great. The story, the characters, the art style, the gameplay, and the soundtrack, and there's plenty more. The stuff this game adds, it's really cool, and it also features the co-op DLC and everything that came out like a few months ago. And I won't be going into the DLC pack because that stuff is like for another video, honestly, and I just want to focus with the main game first. The game is awesome, and I'll be covering most things this game has to offer, so there'll be some spoilers, and I'll go ahead and timestamp those bits so you don't get spoiled. Anyway, I don't want to brag into the intro so much, so I'm just going to get straight into the game. Now, if you're a fan of the collectathon genre, you know games like Banjo-Kazooie, 3D Mario games, Donkey Kong 64, and other awesome titles, then you'll love this game's gameplay. The character moves like butter, and the controls are so fluent, you can play the game with or without a controller. I've decided to play with a keyboard and mouse, but some clips I did use a controller, just so I could see how that handles as well, and I gotta say, both handle very, very well. Really fluent and not a lot of problems. The character, formerly known as Hat Kid, I'm not kidding, has a very basic but really well made moveset. You got the jumps and the slides, the dives and the hitting with the umbrellas, and all those abilities are really easy to use. You get these hats in the game which gives you different powers. I don't know if this counts as a spoiler, but here's a timestamp, just go ahead. You have the ice hat, which makes you turn into a sculpture to get you to higher places. The sprint hat, it's pretty self-explanatory. A bomb hat, a hat that fades platforms and walls and reveals them, so vice versa that basically. A slow down time hat, and well, yeah, that's it. I found myself using the sprint hat more the most, and it's honestly my favorite. These hats change the gameplay a lot, and it's to provide new challenges for the game, to unlock more stuff on the way, and there's a grab hood. Neat. You get these hats by collecting yarn balls around the map, which then you use to craft them for the hats. It's pretty much nothing else. That's yep, yarn balls. So they're for your adventure, and there are plenty of different skins for each hat, which you can earn by getting tokens to put in a little slot machine in your home base. There are your typical enemies, which you can hit with your umbrella or use a Sonic-style homing attack to defeat them. The game also supports plenty of bosses that you can encounter, and they're all fun to verse against. The story isn't too complicated, as it tells a short narrative at the beginning and drops you right into the game. This follows the collectathon genre of not really having a complicated story. This follows the collectathon genre of not having a very complicated story, but keeps it simple. The game starts with our protagonist about to go back home, but when a mafia member from the planet she is arrives and breaks the glass of her spacecraft, it lets loose all the timepieces required to return home. That's what's great about playing, and you just get dropped in right after that scene. Right in the game, there's your gameplay. I find this good as the game doesn't need a large story narrative to follow, so it's good they kept it simple. Each world has its own story linked to the main one. So the main antagonist of the game, Mustache Girl, they really like to give simple names, don't they? So you befriend her and then go off to defeat the Mafia and find your timepieces in the process. But when you deny her plan with the timepieces, she goes crazy and becomes your arch enemy.
If you're not gonna use them to fight, I'm not gonna let this island remain as Mafia Town.
Like, damn! You really just gonna not have a person return to their family? The other worlds include a movie rivalry between two birds, a spooky forest with a ghost that constantly gives you contracts and wants you to do his bidding, and the final world. The story is not bad, it's simple, and that's what it needs to be. I've already mentioned this, the yarn balls, but there are also badges that you can buy from this glitchy dude to give your characters extra abilities to help on your adventure, including a grapple hook. There are so many things to do in this game that you can interact with, and it just adds to the world. The game supports mods, but I didn't get to record any gameplay of it for this video. What I want to talk about are the different time rifts. These are their own separate gameplay puzzles, ranging from a parkour course to a collect the pictures and defeat enemies task that gives you a cute album to look at. These are so fun and are usually about 3 to 4 on each world and go for about, 10 minutes for the finding challenges and like 2 minutes for the parkour challenges. They're so fun and they're a great challenge. They aren't too difficult if you're used to the game already, but some can be a challenge. I also love how everything goes dark and ambitious when you go next to a timepiece. Some of my favorite levels in the game include the train mystery, haunted house, Mafia Town in the rain, and the final level, which I won't show to avoid spoilers. The characters in the game are all fun and unique in their own aspects. You got the 2 Bergs, a penguin, and a whatever that is. A mustache girl, Mafia dude, Casper the sarcastic ghost, codes that repeat the same joke, and Jontron.
Oh hey little chirper, they're recording right now, so no one's allowed in.
All these characters are fun to listen to, and there are plenty more, but I like these ones the most. The game thrives with fun and interesting characters, and you should just take the time to listen to what they say. Plus, they're all voice acted.
Hello there!
I know, I'm using Mario Galaxy music for this section, but honestly, this game's soundtrack is a masterpiece, and it definitely reminds me of the Mario game. Like, as soon as you boot up the game, you get hit with that good! Every world and stage has its own song that makes it so filled with variety, and I absolutely love it. Once again, it reminds me of those childhood games I used to play, and that makes it so much better to listen to. Like, the game literally came out a year ago, and I'm already feeling nostalgic like it was years back since I played it. I also like the Battle of the Birds story music changing depending what side you are on the map. It's a really cool touch. It looks like Wind Waker. Enough said. This game is fantastic, and you should definitely play it when you get the chance, and the DLC is really good as well. I happened to get it for free since I got the DLC first day, which was a thing they had on. This game reminds me of the days when I used to play old school collectathons on my PS2 and DS, and I'll buy more stuff for this game when they come out, because it's so damn good! This game gets points for its fluent gameplay, adorable art style, soundtrack, creative but simple story, worlds, and characters, which ranks it the same as Mario Kart Wii on my list of reviews. Nice. I had a blast playing this game again, and I completely suggest it for you as well. And hey, they added co-op, so go ahead, grab a friend, and tell them to join you in your adventure. This has been Micstar, and I'll see you next time.